classic matchup
Let's
here,
go,
like
let's
a
go, let's go. Game
Moskov
kedua
or
bang
Even
ya.
a Bruno, dude.
how about
1-0
Irithel?
tadi.
It
Tiba-tiba
has been a
ada
while since we've seen a
Halo cut
Irithel
lo tadi
against
di God
a...
Lane.
Wait,
They have a
Welcome to
very
Mobile
good early game
Legends.
ahead of them.
Go. Ini
let's
dia.
see how will it reflect here onto our round as we see something new again for Netsky and Super Yoshi still
Masih
sticking
mencoba YSS
onto
mereka.
the next
Tapi kali ini bukan
on his
Halo
list of
card.
comfort heroes that show onto the road.
And this
Ternyata
is going to be the first time that
Rubinya.
Vexana will be played here in Season 16 of MPL. If
Wait.
we recall, it has been a while. Wait a minute, Haji!
First time will be the first blood. Not so much
Ooh.
here for Onyx
That
PH
hurts.
still.
Now
That
that I
hurts.
think about it, the Grok technically has 2 skills if you skill level 1
Yeah.
the wall, right?
Yeah, the
See,
passive too.
As long as you have the passive and you target it correctly, like what we saw in the previous skirmish, Brusco, maybe that's the direct advantage of having the Grok now.
And it's just not just the heavy swing, but also the ability to get that concussive blast. The
You're
early
right.
game
You're right.
burst is insane here for the new Grok, especially if you build damage. But sadly, it's MPLPH. We won't see
sebetulnya
damage.
masih
And it's so
pengen
it's so annoying
menguasai
to face up a
gameplay dari
Grok in the
grup
mid lane.
sepertinya.
If you are a static mage like this one, the Vexana, you have to walk in front of the minion wave.
Yep.
I mean, you have to walk to the minion wave
Jujur
in
aja
front
Grok
of a
ini
Grok.
hero yang
And he's gonna smack you with the passive.
Yeah, and unfortunately
Lagi apa
so
sekarang?
for Haji, he knows the timing as well. He's easily displaced here with Brusco
Lagi
alone.
buff.
So it's up to Smart Omega to somehow change things up. But Agrok never changes, especially onto denying and going for the
King Kongnya
intel
belum
here for
puas
the
pakai
jungle of
Lashiro
Smart
ternyata.
Omega.
Yeah, and that's going to be the first turtle about to spawn. And this time, Onyx does have a short lead here. Still anybody's ball game. But in terms of wave management, it seems that Onyx Philippines does have a big edge.
So Ryota being targeted here. Could easily dodge those incoming attacks for Smart Omega as they place and position themselves here on the first turtle being started by King Kong.
King Kong holding on to this turtle. James is level 4 as well. Super Friends. This could be a big team fight. Brave Spider available. Flicker as well. The purple will be the objective here as the turtle goes to the hands
Cantik
of Onyx
sekali
Philippines
semua
for
tentang
free.
ternyata.
He's not even going to use his retribution. So get ready for a potential invade.
And this time for Ryzen as well. He knows that there's just no way for him to contest and try to steal off the King Kong at first turtle here. Netsky hiding. It's going to be somewhat of an exchange poke around, but never really a first blood yet here on their game.
By the way, a little bit of a lane report here between the gold laners. It is actually Netsky winning over Kelra in the first 2 minutes of the game as he was able to deny
Gak
one
tenang ya
gold
SS-nya
card
farming.
away from Kelra.
But eventually, I think the gold crabs piled up here for Kelra, eventually getting slight gold lead here against the Ruby gold lane.
Yeah.
And we're yet to see a skirmish. Omega thrives on those skirmishes considering that they're running double fighter.
Yep.
So far, James being contacted here by Ryota Ryzen to the rescue.
no!
But the final slash will
Kejebak
miss out.
Ryotanya.
The first blood will be going on to Ryzen.
What a combo coming out from Omega. Again, first blood not being in favor of Onyx. They're sticking with their MO of not getting so much of the first bloods. And speaking of Kelra, he was able to recover when it comes to the farm because of the double lane setup and obviously the turtle that they were able to take. Unfortunately for Netsky, Ruby is not a hero that can easily go double lane.
That's true.
So, yeah, well, you do have a lot of dashes, but it's much better if you linchpin your opponents in that lane.
And so
Level
far for
7.
Onyx Philippines, their gold lead does grow from
Yes,
200 to 700.
Yes,
But it's
yes.
still anybody's
King Kong
game.
niya.
Omega yet to find a team fight that they want to see. In 20 seconds from now, the next turtle will be spawning. That's the second turtle of the game. And both teams have complete battle spells for when that time comes.
Yeah, and for Onyx, they just have this luxury of preventing anyone for Smart Omega to actually
dia.
position themselves
Equipment na.
first here onto a new objective spawning in a few seconds.
It's going to be really hard here for
Tato
the side of
kedua.
Omega to find a place if this Grok holds that pixel brush. But Netsky already rotating down that turtle pit. This might just be the team fight that Omega wants to see.
Okay, here you go.
There.
James starting it off. There's going to be
Dapat.
the mounting chopper here. The
Perlu up
vision
na
is enough, but the damage isn't here for Smart Omega.
Dapat Ryota.
Getting for a kill here. Haji going in. Super Friends on the
Rata,
other
boss.
hand, and even Kelra getting multiple hits in a row. Double kill this early.
Oh my goodness, the gold standard with the gold standard things when it comes to positioning. Look at the way that he's able to output the damage. In fact, Super Yoshi
Selama
already
King
had
Kong
his
nya
eyes
belum
set on
tewas,
Kellera, but there's just enough
itu
movement coming out from Kellera that is able to dodge
gameplay masih konsisten ya.
Super Yoshi and then able to punish afterwards. We're gonna
Yakin
see
lah.
it in 4K once again through this
Kalau King Kong
replay.
pakai
And
Lancelot,
it's very clear that Kellera was able to get out of
Reverse.
harm's way. Super Yoshi kicked Ryota, which was a good target anyways, but Kellera was already able to get 2 kills afterwards. Then it resulted into a total of 3 kills for Onyx after that missed position again from Omega. Second turtle belongs to Onyx.
Yep.
That replay was brought to you by Infinix, and with that second turtle secured by Onyx Philippines, it is now a 2K gold lead as we look at the gold difference by BPI. Kellera ahead by 1,300. That's starting to hurt Omega by far.
So far, that enabled them to actually activate Kellera earlier
Mana
here.
kalian jadi?
Especially him going on the mid lane.
depan itu,
for
jalan kaki
Smart
kalian.
Omega, a bit too shaky onto trying to get the right target. Yes, we've acknowledged he fought, or Super Yoshi got the best target for Ryota, but that was until they weren't able to take down Kellera and even King Kong in the process.
Big rotation coming in from Omega down
Wala.
bottom lane, but it seems that they did not see the fight that they wanted to get. And that's going to be a free turret up top, and they couldn't even push or trade down bottom lane, Wolf.
Yeah. For Onyx, they have to keep this up because this is every minute that they are ahead by 3,000 over Omega is gonna speed up their win condition against Omega, because if you take, we have to take note of the fact that Omega has this double fighter setup, which also means that they need the early game.
Yep.
If they don't cut the lead by 0 up until the 10-minute mark, it's done for. They have no way to recover.
And time is of the essence here for Smart Omega. But Glaliso for Onyx. What time is
Aduh,
it? It's going to be the
nasapo.
final slash time here for Ryota. Netsky
Flicker.
forcing out the flicker. That's going to be huge intel here for Onyx. And a Super Yoshi just slowly backs
Jago
away.
kali
That
ya itu
way that they
pengawasannya.
position themselves to make it hard or makes
Show
it
nya nggak
harder for
boleh
Smart
lewat
Omega
loh. Selalu
to actually
dicari sama
capitalize on the
Brusco ya, bos.
ISO plays here for Super Yoshi.
And imagine you burned a flicker for Netsky and the conceal play as well for Super Yoshi right before the last turtle spawns. It's going to be difficult for Omega to find a fight for this final turtle fight.
Yep.
Kellera with the rapid boots, by the way.
Oh.
You don't see that often. And he's able to position himself so well, especially with his reverse
Dapat.
speed up.
Okay, there's going to be the kick. Super Prince able to back away. Purify
Ada
activated.
Purify.
Turtle still onto the hands of the Sigma jungler.
That's going to be all 3 turtles going to the hands of Onyx Philippines, and it seems they're not done yet. Look at Brusco with the concealed potential.
Loh,
What a player with a stoic
mau
charge!
backup dong.
Letsky was the one getting caught on the crossfire, but for Onyx, still getting a turret out of all.
Tes apa dia?
Haji thought that he was the target. Well, he will be.
Tes
He
freestyle.
will be stunned if he did not flicker in that moment. But for Brusco, he already set his eyes on Netsky. Just like in the previous game, they know who to target. Although that did not result into a kill, it resulted to a mid lane turret push, which, as we know, is not something that Omega can afford.
Yeah, and look at this, the Infinix hand cam of the Sigma jungler on his King Kong. And they are still looking to dominate the rest of the map for now. That's going to be another turret down in the top lane. Forces James out of the bravest fighter. Super Yoshi looking for another play. The pokes are getting a bit too real.
Flicker nih, bos.
And he is forced to flicker out.
Menghindari
Okay,
peluru
that's
dari
too
Kellera.
real, and even the flicker has already been used here for James. That's so much of a movement here for those Sonics, and
Terlalu
also
jago
ensuring
King Kong
that
nya
there is
main
no way
Lancelot
out
ini,
here
ya serius.
for Omega.
We can see now for
Non-stop
items.
farming loh.
The reason why Kellera is hitting so hard in this game is because of this Malefic Roar. Already up a minute ago, so I think around the 7-minute mark.
Nih dapat
Okay,
tapi ada Purify.
catching on Super Friends, but there's still the
Tendangannya
The
salah.
Crimson
Brusco.
Beacon out of trajectory
Mati
kick
dong.
back there. Brusco as well, just keeping other members at bay.
Brusco.
Going to be a successful pick up.
Alah,
And
dia
another
terkajak.
killer for King Kong. 2 members down. That's a mission fail for Smart Omega. Ryota with a concealed play. They're eyeing out another turret. Plus so they will be able to spot on member of the Smart Omega onto their mission.
That Grok play was just so Grok. There's no other way.
was so Grok.
It was so Grok, bro.
Langsung
He
load.
literally stood in the mid lane, knowing that if anybody dared to respond to that great engage coming in from Omega, that there will be a counter engage, which then resulted to this Lord taken by Onyx
A
Philippines.
free Lord for Onyx. They're even delaying it. If
Ipaksa
I'm not
ke
mistaken, yeah, they
menit.
want to delay it up until the 10-second mark. There it is. So that it
Ke
will
10-40
spawn
slotnya.
later on. So that will be a little bit of their advantage. But like you said, it was just the Grok just
Kenapa gini ya?
manhandling the members of Omega. Remember when Super Yoshi went in for the jump
Kenapa
for
nggak
Super
di-menit?
Prince?
Mati dong.
Brusco was able to
selamat.
save his teammates by zoning out the
Kenapa
members
nggak
that
di-detek
would follow
dua ya?
Super Yoshi. And then he survives this without using a flicker.
The toughest of them all. It's going to be Brusco here with his Grok. And even forcing out the Eternal Guard for Hachi.
Nah, ini baru keluar lotnya.
A lot of resources being burnt here for the
Kayaknya
side of
mereka
Omega. The Lord
mau
hasn't even been
menghabiskan jungle
marching
dulu.
yet. Now it will be spawning in the mid lane. The blessings are still up here down bottom lane, but top lane and mid lane is a different story altogether for Omega. And looking at the damage dealt, Kelra and Super Prince leading
Bisa
the
ini
charge
nih,
here for
harusnya.
Onyx Philippines. Meanwhile, James has been
Kalau
tanking
Onyx mau.
and dealing a lot of damage as the Lord marches down mid lane. This might just be a big fight if Brusco finds another play.
Still a clear way here for
ball.
Supersonics to
Shownya.
get an even
Shownya
turret on
katanya.
the Smart Omega. What a nice
My
Earthen Rampart
God.
here for Brusco, the toughest of them all. And Netsky as well.
Apa
And
itu
with a
kena dua?
double Tectonic Charge catcher onto Haji. Ryzen is going down.
Hmm,
All this
rata,
war here
bos.
for Smart
Kelra.
Omega. Going outside of the
Kelranya
base, taking
dapat.
down Kelra. Super Yoshi onto Brusco. Earthen Rampart yet again, while James fighting his
kok sabi tuh?
ultimate, fighting his
Laku-laku.
best, but still doesn't enough here for
Dua gol kembangnya.
Supersonics to actually finish off this round. But no,
Smart
it's
Omega.
going to be enough as they set their sights onto the base. Super Yoshi and Haji will fall onto despair as
Oh,
Onyx
kiluan-kilutnya
secures a
King Kong, bos.
2-0 sweep.